Hey, Hockey fans, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone has had a great week. Looking forward to a good weekend. Thought I would do a video here for Friday games. There's only 4 games on the board. The last video we did was for the beginning of the week. We started a little bit soft, had a little bit of a negative day. We won a couple, lost a couple, but wasn't terrible. But we'll see if we can get this weekend started on another positive and then keep it rolling through the weekend. 4 games, Friday, February 18th, 2022. First game we're going to talk about is Nashville against Carolina. Carolina 5-3-2 in their last 10. Their streak is an overtime decision. Frederik Andersen listed to be in net for the Canes. Nashville has Saros listed to be in net. 4-5-1 in their last 10. Current 3-game losing streak. Canes second in the Metropolitan now with 68 points, 2 points behind number 1 Pittsburgh with 3 games in hand. Played last Wednesday versus Florida. Carolina opened the scoring and had the lead twice, yet the game ended up going into overtime when Florida won the game 16 seconds into the overtime frame. The Canes take the loss final 3-2. Carolina outshot 31-18, 0-4 on the power play. Special teams perfect on the penalty kill, holding the Panthers off on 5 chances. Carolina has lost 4 of the last 5. All lost games were 1-goal games. 2 of those were decided in overtime. Nashville, they've been falling, now back to 4th in the Central. Last played versus Washington on Tuesday when the Preds lost 4-1. Lone goal for Nashville by Michael McCarron, just his second of the season. 0-2 on the power play and allowed 1 when down a man. Preds registered 34 shots, just could not find the holes on Samsonov. Nashville has also lost 4 of the last 5. The last 2 losses were multiple goal losses. This will wrap up a 2-game series between these teams. Met first back in October when Carolina edged out a 3-2 win. Carolina's got a strong home record, 16-4-2, best goal differential at a +51 in the division, best points percentage in the division. Canes first in the penalty kill. On the last 4 games, Canes perfect on 16 man down chances, first in goals against. Moneyline has Nashville as a dog +145 or 2.45. Over-under set at 5.5. I think you could look at the over here. I don't think I'll play it, but I think you could look at the over here. Carolina -165 or 1.6, the favorite. Both teams are going to be fighting hard for a W to get back and track into that win column. I got to go with home team Carolina to get the win, though. That's my pick, Carolina, to win that game. Number 2, we got Florida taking on Minnesota. Another 2 top teams. It's an exciting game, one I'm probably most looking forward to this evening of this slate of games anyway. Minnesota 8-2-0 in their last 10. Current 1-game losing streak. Cam Talbot listed to be between the pipes. Florida, Sergei Bobrovsky has been confirmed to be in net. They're 7-3-0 in their last 10. Current 1-game winning streak. Minnesota sole position of 2nd in the Central with 63 points. 11 points, though, behind first place Colorado. They do have 3 games in hand. Last action on Wednesday against Winnipeg when the Wild were doubled up 6-3. Eriksson, Zuccarello, and Kulikov with goals for the Wild. The game was not as lopsided as the score may indicate. Talbot just not a great night, and across the ice, Hellebuyck with a really good night. Matt Zuccarello with 6 points in his last 3 games. Kirill Kaprizov also with 6 points in his last 3 games. And even defenseman Jared Spurgeon with 3 points in his last 2 games. The Wilds, they've got it going on, right? A lot of players are just in the zone playing some nice hockey. Florida, though, another strong team, number 1 in the Atlantic with 71 points off a nice win on Wednesday over Carolina. 3-2 in overtime. We've already slightly mentioned it. Sam Reinhart tied the game for the Panthers with less than a minute to go, and then 16 seconds into overtime frame, Aaron Ekblad with the winner. 1 minute and 5 seconds. The Panthers tied the game and won the game. Impressive, right? And also impressive that it's against a team like Carolina. That's the result of playing a full 60 minutes or more. Sam Reinhart with 8 points in his last 4 games. Bobrovsky, he's been, I don't know, you look at the numbers and he's been okay, right? He's just been okay. He's got to be thankful for the support and his team scoring goals because he has just been okay. I think Talbot playing a little better than Bobrovsky myself. Another pair of teams whose plays concluded with this game met once back on November 20th, a close game that Florida notched the W in a 5-4 final for Florida. Minnesota, like Carolina, another strong home team. They have a 16-3-1 record. Talbot, I think, is going to have a nice bounce-back game here. And I know Matt Dumba is out of the lineup, but I kind of like that Dakota Mermis that's been recalled. He had 2 games earlier in the year, and he's got a +2 rating for those 2 games. Money line, -120 or 1.83 for the Panthers, +100, an even 100, or an even 2.0 for Minnesota. Over-under set at 6.5. Again, I don't think I'll play it, but I think you could look at the under there. 2 strong teams, right? Florida's first in goals for. Minnesota not far behind, sitting in third. Very comparable teams. Kind of a coin flip game. I think it'll go the distance. I just got to go the home team. I'm a Wild fan, and even though I think that Florida could get this win, I think Minnesota could just as easily get it. And therefore, I'm taking the Wild to win the game at home. That's my pick for number 2. Number 3, we got a division matchup here, a Central Division matchup. Dallas against Chicago. Chicago has Marc-Andre Fleury confirmed to be in net. 3-6-1 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Dallas, not sure if it's going to be Ottinger or Holtby. I think it might be Ottinger, especially, depending on, his last performance was so nice. If he could follow that up with another one, it would be really good for him, right? Dallas 7-3-0 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak. Chicago in 7th now in the Central with 43 points. The most games played in the division and 9-point spread between the team in 6th place. The hill is getting steeper for this Hawks team. On the tail end of back-to-back, Thursday a 7-4 loss to Columbus. It looked like it was going to be a 1-goal game, and at times I think the Hawks were even showing some life, but the Blue Jackets, they just seemed to have Soderblom's number. And Fleury, I know he's confirmed to be in net here, and I think that's an improvement over Soderblom. But if you look at Fleury's numbers, he hasn't put consecutive good games together in a while now either. So the Chicago team's in a bit of trouble for sure. Dallas, 11 points ahead of Chicago in the division in 5th spot off a win. Some will say their most impressive win of the season. It was against Colorado, a 4-1 victory. Joe Pavelski with a pair of power play goals. Jason Robertson and Tyler Sequin also both finding the twine. Stars an impressive 2 for 3 on the man advantage and perfect on the penalty kill. Outshot 47-20. Ottinger, and that's what I mentioned earlier, his performance, stopped 46 of those 47 shots. A .979 save percentage. His best game of the season by far. Great game for Dallas. They lost to that Colorado team just before that 4-0. So it was a nice bounce back game for them. This marks the second of a 3-game series. December 18th, when teams first met, Dallas won that one 4-3 in overtime. Money line has Dallas favored, -145 or 1.69. Opening line had them at 2.2, and they've dropped to 1.69. Chicago +125 or 2.25. Over-under set at 5.5. I like the visiting favorite. I like Dallas to get that win. I kind of watched a bit of the Chicago game tonight against Columbus, and I just didn't think that they looked that great. Again, I thought they showed signs of life, but at the tail end of a back-to-back against Dallas coming off a high beat in Colorado, I just see Dallas rolling and getting a win here. That's my pick for number 3. Number 4, another Pacific Division matchup. The LA Kings against Vegas. 2 division matchups on this slate. Vegas is 5-4-1 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Laurent Brossoit listed to be in net for Vegas. The Kings have Jonathan Quick listed to be in net. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10. Also a current 1-game losing streak. Vegas has fell out of first now and second in the division with 57 points. Played their last game Wednesday versus Colorado. Vegas takes their second loss, 2-0, and now they've almost played 140 minutes of hockey without scoring a goal. Eichel, he made his debut against the Colorado game there, and he registered 1 shot on goal in his debut. With Robin Leonard out, Brossoit, I'm pretty sure, will get the nod to be in net here. He was in goal against that Colorado game, and although a loss, I thought Brossoit played a pretty good game. Before that, he had a 28-save shutout, and I think that was against Edmonton, if I remember correctly. But he's been playing all right. He's been doing okay with Leonard out. LA, they're 4th in the division with 55 points, also off a loss Tuesday, a 5-2 loss to the Edmonton Oilers. It was their first game back since the All-Star break. Shots and hits were pretty balanced. Neither team able to convert with the man up. This is the beginning of back-to-back hockey for LA. Saturday, they play a game against Arizona. And you know that LA's got to be coming into this thinking, okay, division matchup, we need these 2 points, and then we'll get 2 from Arizona on Saturday. That's what they're going to be thinking. This is the third in a 4-game series. This series is all knotted up at 1 apiece. October 14th, it was a 6-2 victory for LA. December 28th, a 6-3 victory for Vegas. Money line plus 145 or 2.45 for LA, minus 165 or 1.6 for Vegas. I know Vegas is at home, and I know Brasson has been playing well, but if you're going to pick a dog on this slate, I think LA might be a good dog to pick. I'd also look at the over here. I think I'm going to do the over on the Chicago-Dallas games where I'm going to lay my money, but you could look at the over here, I think. There could be a few goals in this game. I look at common opponents. LA has won 56% of those matches. Vegas 52%. So slight edge to LA there, yet they're a big dog here. I'm going to go the visiting dog, LA, to get that win. That's going to be my bet. I'm going to go best bet. I'm going to go Carolina. I'm going to put 5 on Carolina. I'm going to go Minnesota. I'm going to put 5 there as well. I'm going to parlay Dallas and LA. Go 3-3-3, and then I'll go over 5.5 on the Dallas-Chicago game. Over 5.5, and I'll do 5 there. Over 5.5, Dallas and Chicago. Parlay Dallas and LA, and then sole bets on Minnesota and Carolina, both at 5 apiece. I'm going to go LA to beat Vegas. I'm going to go Dallas to beat Chicago, Minnesota to beat Florida, and Carolina to beat Nashville. Hope everyone has a great Friday. Good luck with your picks. Let's get the weekend rolling. Stay safe. Talk soon.